On this episode, we'll discuss InfoComm and HETMA, all that and more on EDTech.
The network for the AV industry.
What are you listening to?
This
This is AV.
This
is AVNation.
This is AVNation.
EDTech episode 108, HETMA Takeover. Hello AV friends, welcome to another episode of EDTech. So this month we're doing something a little different. We're recording live from the HETMA booth at InfoComm 23, and I'm going to take this opportunity to have a couple HETMA members on the show, talk about what's going on out there, and just have a really special episode of EDTech. So I'm going to start by having our awesome panel of guests introduce themselves, and we'll start with Lyle.
How did I know you're going to start with me? That's unfair. I wanted to start with Adelaide. Hi, my name is Lyle Waldron. I am the Multimedia and Audiovisual Manager for the University of Trinidad and Tobago. So I flew a long way to get here. I'm happy to be here.
I'm Dustin Myers from John A. Logan College. I'm the Manager of Technology Support, and I'm also the Approved Products Co-Chair for the HETMA organization.
Hello everyone, my name is Adeline Tatum and I am from the University of Belize. I am also the Faculty Support Analyst for the Learning Environments.
Fantastic. Thank you all for joining me on this awesome episode. And so we're here in the HETMA booth, and that this is the first time that we as kind of end users, as much as a lot of us don't really like that term, we actually have a spot on the show floor. What do you feel like that means for our vertical, for what we do?
I mean, it's amazing being able to get the higher education voice out there and connecting with the manufacturers. It's amazing.
Absolutely.
Well, it's my first time here, and I was sponsored by CTI and of course HETMA, and being here and seeing the outcome of all the individuals that visited the booth during especially 3 to 5 yesterday was amazing, and it seemed as though it was a great outlet for people to just connect and network and be free of all the other things happening in the space and just talk normal and live the beach life.
I mean, for me, Erin, I'm overly cerebral. I just see this as being such a huge deal for higher ed, philosophically and practically. Looking at the foot traffic we got here yesterday, this is not my first InfoComm. I've been here since Anaheim days, right? When it was like EduComm. Not having had a higher ed presence at InfoComm like this for the past 4 or 5 years, seeing yesterday for me gave me great hope, and I'm looking forward to see what the next 3 to 5 years is going to bring. You had schools that were not aware of HETMA or not aware that there were others just like us with similar problems and similar, ideas and design challenges. We had manufacturers that weren't aware that they could spend 5 minutes more, 5 minutes more to get themselves closer to us as a vertical. So they weren't aware that there was an organization that they could come to and say, hey, look, I have this product. What do you think about it? What can I do to make it more higher ed? So it was just really nice, just like Adelaide said, to see everybody here yesterday and just to see how we're all coming together and making something that's bigger than all of us combined.
Absolutely. It's amazing that manufacturers now are recognizing so much that we're people who we need the attention in the booths. We're asking the right questions and stuff, and so we're no longer getting just kind of bypassed when their sales team's walking around. They actually will, they'll actually reach out and say, oh, what are you looking for and whatnot. Whereas, really not that long ago, I've walked into booths and people will look at my badge and see education and just walk right away. So it's such a nice shift.
Yes.
And I think that this us having space here as higher ed is really helping further that too. So, Adeline, first timer, what are your thoughts so far about this in general, like the whole show? It's a lot.
You aced, you nailed it. It's a lot. It's a lot of processing. Like for me, a little bit of cognitive overload. I had to take a break for a minute. Like I remember Will, my manager, advising me and say, Adeline, you will need to take some little naps in between because you will mentally be exhausted. So for me, it's exciting. But at the same time, balancing that excitement, and I think here at the HETMA booth is a great place to just stop and balance that because of our great massage system, and it's free, and just the experience is really, really, really bringing a lot of awareness as well. Being new to the AV industry, thanks to Joe Way and being a part of his team, has really expand my horizon. I was originally an information technology teacher, and now I'm in AV as a faculty support analyst at USC. It's amazing. I'm learning so much.
But yeah, it is. Everyone always says it's a marathon, not a sprint. And so when we were thinking about all of the things that we wanted to do in this booth, which we basically had 80 by 80 foot dreams in a 20 by 20 foot space.
Yes.
So there actually there are times where we're like, I don't know where we're putting everything. Like it was a really eye-opening experience to be on the exhibitor side of it. But we knew it was going to be a lot, so that's why we brought in the massage therapists to kind of like try to help us relax and kind of bring things down, because
very helpful.
Need to have that time to unwind, and unfortunately it's such a long trek back to hotels even, so it's not like you can just pop back, decompress for a minute and come back or whatever. You have to try to find somewhere in the center to just have a moment. So I'm glad that this has kind of become the resting place for higher ed.
It's the higher ed oasis. This is the
that.
the oasis of higher ed. Yeah.
Yes. So, Dustin, you are one of the recipients of HETMA's Prism Scholarship. Can you talk to us a little bit about how that experience has gone for you?
Well, as a member of the inaugural Prism scholarships,
Yes.
it has been amazing what HETMA and AVIXA has been doing for the underrepresented communities. Being all the training that I never thought that I would ever have, the mentorship, the family that HETMA is I can't put it into words.
That's fantastic. I love, it was so amazing when the program developed and it was announced, and we were just kind of hoping that it would turn into something, and it's been amazing to see how it's just become such an amazing thing for everybody. And there are I think 3 or 4 Prism Scholarship winners who are now integral part of HETMA. They are they are chairs in doing the things. It's not just like they're embracing it, and it's been amazing.
And a shout out for the 4 that have got their CTS here this week.
Yes. I had only heard about Anne and Britt. So who
Natalie.
else ended
Sorry,
up?
three. Natalie.
Natalie, that's right. And then the others plan on taking it after the fact, since totally understandable that it's a lot to do here. So totally understandable to wait until after the fact. But I'm sure that everyone will end up passing because they've had good mentors and all the education they could want. So that's wonderful.
I look forward to working with the rest of the Prism scholarships for many years to come too.
Yes.
That was my one disappointment. I wanted to spend more time helping CTS prep. It would have been, because I always think of things first person, Aaron, and when I had to do CTS prep, like I helped as many as I could in the class, but we did not have a community like this that was willing. So I'm just really glad that everybody's getting it done and seeing their way through it. So it's really dope.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I really went into my CTS very blindly and just luckily passed, but it was I had the skin in my teeth, and it was, my prep was terrible. But I had like a mentor helping guide the way.
Yeah.
And I actually celebrated 15 years of being CTS certified.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And it's easy for me to remember because my certificate is dated 10 days before my son was born.
Wow. Oh, wow.
So yeah, I apparently I like to take things on, like, and just do it.
Clearly.
So like,
That's me.
I would never
Clearly.
recommend that to any woman who
No.
may be wanting to have a child. Do not try to do that. Don't.
Well,
do
the good
not
news is
go take a big exam while like 7 months pregnant.
well, the good
It's not
news
a great
is
idea.
I think they're already pre-trained for CTS. So when they take their
Right?
exam, it's already in there since the womb. So it'll be good. I want to take 1 second to kind of shout AVIXA.
Yes.
And not because they've been
Yeah.
such a good partner to HETMA, but I mean, we're talking about CTS and exam prep.
Yeah.
Chuck, who was
Woo-hoo!
my CTSD instructor,
Yep.
that man was so supportive and so good, and just he was the right person in the right space, at least for me. I'm not gonna speak for
Over
29
here
other
too.
guys, but Chuck and Avixa having that kind of presence, they do yeoman's work that sometimes goes unseen in the community, especially for us because they're more than higher ed. Obviously, they're all the verticals, but I think they need to be given some congratulations for what they've managed to do, transforming from InfoComm into Avixa, seeing the changes and providing us as a whole with the support that we all need globally as a community. From integrators to us to everyone else. They just do a fantastic job.
Oh, absolutely, and they deserve the shout out. They because without them, without their
Oh, yeah.
the portions of it that they provide, like HETMA would not be able to offer that. So thank you, Avixa.
I agree with that. Chuck did do an entire group training for our learning environments department for the CTS. I have not taken it yet, so I have a question for HETMA. Are there anyone on the team that is a mentor coach or willing to assist individuals like myself that's a part of the group that would love to take
New
it
channel.
but need that
New channel.
extra support?
Oh, absolutely. I feel like there are, so there's definitely the people who have been identified or volunteered to be the PRISM mentors, but I guarantee that there are people out there that would be more than happy to just help any
Yeah.
of the members.
I think there's going to have to be a new channel on hetma.org so we could pair up people.
I like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, so
Absolutely.
Erin, I'm sorry, we're doing new suggestions for hetma.org. I think we want to do a sustainability group as well.
We got one.
I'll tell you where this came from. When we were in the summit, there was a guy there who remembered me from my EDTech days, and he said, Lyle, it would be so cool if I could somehow get with you so that I can send you some of my used gear that we're taking out of classrooms. And I'm like, you know what? I didn't want to tell anybody because I wanted to talk to Joe and you and the HETMA team about it. I'm like, I'm already working on that from a HETMA angle. I go, you know what I'm going to do though? I'm going to name it after you. He goes, oh no, Lyle, everything's got to be named after you. I'm like, oh God. But yeah, I'm thinking that's going to be another channel that I'm going to come to you with. So that's
No,
all.
we do. And actually, at our banquet tomorrow, we're going to have Kelly Perkins,
Cool.
who is, I believe, on the board of SAVE, which is Sustainability
Ooh,
in
yeah,
AV.
yeah.
Yep.
I need to get on
And
that.
USC is the first certified SAVE
Yeah, I need to get on that.
university, so shout out to SAVE.
Absolutely. So
Yeah.
we're gonna hear a little bit more about what SAVE does tomorrow.
That's good.
And
Amazing.
hopefully get more universities SAVE certified and be part of their Second Life program.
Yeah,
Which
yeah.
is basically giving a second life to AV
Oh, for
equipment
sure,
that is
for sure.
perfectly good and still usable.
Yes.
That would normally go and sit in a landfill somewhere, but could still be used.
Definitely.
In, in another school or somewhere else that they don't necessarily have the same kind of budgets that some of our schools have.
Bingo bango.
Love it.
That's great for my school because we come from very small budget, so that type of program is amazing.
Yep.
Absolutely. But any other thoughts? Like, have you gotten to see anything amazing? Like what trends or what is that one thing that you're like, oh yeah, I want to check that out more or get a demo of that?
I have a hot take, so I'll go last. Adelaide, what did you see?
I saw this, I want to say, I saw this really nice chair that you sit in it and it had surround sounds in it. I was going to pull up the picture to see if I remember the name of the vendor, but you sit in it and it has 24 speakers and you feel like you're in a movie theater. I said to our team, we need that in our new digital creative lab for students to just have a moment like what we're doing here, to just sit back and be with themselves.
Absolutely.
Especially in those pressure moments of exam time.
Yeah.
It was amazing. It was a really nice chair.
But I think that would actually be kind of cool for content providers or even game designers
Yes.
to be able to.
Yes. I was thinking the same. The blender folk and
Yeah, they can work on something and then test it out
Yes.
and hear what it.
to have the ability to have spatial sound without having to do a full room setup. So you could even have a class with multiple persons. So I'm thinking a Full Sail Academy or some of those schools that do audio work. They could now probably sit 30 of those chairs, Adelaide, in one room and have everyone working on their stuff. So that's actually really cool.
Yes, very much.
Yep.
Very much.
For me, I've seen so much. I've talked to so many different vendors just stopping by our booth. I've got to walk over to a few that are nearby. They're all amazing. I can't pick out one in particular.
That's a cop out. I'm going to let you slide because I really, really like Dustin. Cop out. I don't want to be a homer, right? Because I've already sent a shout out of Vixa. But I was unaware of Epifan's product lineup, and it's really, really dope. And to be able to check them out for the streaming stuff, this Pearl in particular is really, really cool. What I would say is that I had time this morning for Crestron's booth. They had a couple new products that came out, and I know they've been getting a lot of bad press, but I think some of those products are going to have major impact in higher ed. I actually have to go back there to have a meeting with the higher ed guy because I'm HETMA first and last and in between. They need to get some things HETMA approved. My former rep and my current rep are like, Lyle, you need to tell Joe. So Joe, I'm coming for you. But the one thing that I'm going to hot take is I'm all in on NDI. So just in case anybody listening or looking, they don't know, NDI is an AV over IP protocol for low latency video. And my hot take on this is similarly to how Zoom integrated Dante for audio. I'm actually, once budgets and the budget gods permit, I want to see if I could use NDI as my backbone for my video transmissions. So this means that my Zoom room is going to be all copper. Now I know right now we have people cringing listening to this because we're old school AV, right? Everything's serial, nothing over IP. But my hot take is that could bring major cost savings and reductions if it works. My hot take is I think I can make it work. So PTZ Optics, they're going to see me again. They have their new camera, the Move 4K. I think they're going to be working assiduously, Erin, to get that HETMA approved.
Yes, I talked to him yesterday.
There you go. Right, there you go. So it's all coming together. I can say that I've been looking at that product for a while on paper as a really nice piece of kit for higher ed. Both based on future-proofing for those schools that are not going to be able to replace kit every 3 years. So they're going to get 7 years out of that 4K camera probably easily. And for those schools that want to integrate broad. So those are mine. Crestron had some cool stuff, but NDI is really my go-to hot take for this InfoComm. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah, and I feel bad because I've been at this booth pretty much since the beginning of the show, so I have not really gotten to see anything. And for context, we're recording this at 10-something on Thursday, so I still have plenty of time to check it all out. But
11 on the dot on Thursday.
I got whatever. But so I've got time. So there may be an addendum to the episode,
Yes.
but I think we Dustin and Donovan, who are the HETMA approved chairs for HETMA, they're going to be very busy.
Very busy.
Very.
There has been so much interest in that program,
Yes.
and I have a feeling our sponsorship chair might be a little busy also.
Oh, he already said he is.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I think that it goes to show, everyone's seeing the value of higher ed and what we can do.
Yeah, when the tall guy walks up to you and goes, "Excuse me, sir, are you HETMA approved?" Everybody goes, "Where do I need to go?"
And actually, shout out to Jennifer Weaver from Starin for making me my awesome green glitter I'm HETMA approved cup.
I love it. I
It's
love
adorable.
it. Go,
She-
Jen.
Right? She recognized that pretty much everything I record, I always have a straw cup, so she had to make me one. So I
Yep,
was like,
it's
thank
nice.
you. It's so adorable. But yeah, so before we wrap this up, do we have any other things? I know, Lyle, you are never at a loss
Lost
of
for words?
things to say.
Oh, please don't. Yeah, I'm that guy. No, I'm hoping Neat still has their coffee booth open because I'm gonna keep it really practical, right? The marathon is in the day, but there's also a marathon, ladies and gentlemen, at night. So let me see if I can I don't know how you all do it. I'm gonna have to keep up, but I have to get some coffee in me quickly.
Oh yeah, caffeine indeed, and probably some hot tea too.
Tea.
My voice is, I think any regular listener would know that this is not really how I sound.
I barely
so-
have a voice left.
They're down to 60% on voice.
Yeah. I'm actually. This is actually pretty impressive that this much is even there. So
You can have a HETMA mint.
nice, absolutely refreshing.
I support you on the tea side. I'm a tea girl. What I love about HETMA is our slogan. We're a community by us, for us. So we want to invite other people,
Yes.
other individual, other higher eds to come and join and be
Yeah.
a part of HETMA.
Yep.
It's exciting. A lot of new things. Each day we learn together and we engage and support each other. So-
Absolutely, and it's fun to know other people who do what we do, so they actually understand what we go through. And like, chances are good, like we've had, if you have an experience with an instructor or something in your system, somebody else has gone through
Yeah.
that too.
Yes.
And the commiseration factor is wonderful to have.
Yes, the confirmation that, hey, you're not in it alone. Others have either gone through it or others will go through it. So you're in the middle to support. We're here to support each other.
Yeah. Yeah. Anything
Yeah.
else? This has been a wonderful episode. Thank you guys for being on the show with me. How can our listeners reach out to you if they want to get in touch?
Oh my. Okay, so I'm gonna do the impossible here. My email address is Lyle, that's LISLE, .waldron, that's WALDRON, @utt.edu.tt. But I can make it easier. You can WhatsApp me or iMessage me at 868-683-2442. That's Big C for anybody who doesn't know. 683 Big C. Yeah, I know. I'm cool. I'm cool back home. At least I used to be cool. So I used to, like the radio voice does it like 868-683 Big C. Dial now.
I love it.
How about yourself, Dustin?
The best way is just going through the HETMA community. That's the quickest way. I'm constantly on there. I got on my phone, my computer, my tablet, everything.
Absolutely. How about yourself?
For me, you could email me at TATUMA, that's TATUMA at USC.edu, or you could join my LinkedIn page at Adeline Tatum.
Absolutely. And as for me, to find me at LinkedIn at Erin Marmoran, or you can find me on Twitter at Smirin_off_ice. But thank you for joining us for this episode. It has been fantastic, and thank you guys. You were wonderful guests, and we'll see you next time.